Welcome to Mixtape. I'll be with you in a minute. Hello, everyone. It is 5 p.m. Welcome to Mixtape Solidarity. I'm Nathan Whitebrook, and today is a very special show. So thank you for joining us from wherever you are in the world. We've got an amazing lineup today of past mixtape performers who I got in touch with a few weeks ago and asked them if they could come on the show and share their art with us in a stand against racism. Yeah, so today's going to be a very special show. I just want to say at the top of the show, the NYT is a platform for people of all backgrounds to have their voices heard, and those voices matter so much right now. In the past few weeks, racial abuse and structural racism has been brought into the fore for everyone. But for so many, it was already there, and it always has been. That's why it's so important that those of us who need to continue to educate ourselves and take it all on board. We all need to take action against racism in whatever way we can, and to continue the conversation. Racism is a white problem, but it is a problem that we all need to fix together. And yeah, I really want to thank the amazing lineup today for giving their time and their energy to be here and to support this stand against racism. And I want to thank you all for joining us today to continue the conversation. It's pretty special when you reach out to a group of people and they all say, yes, let's do this. Let's make something important and mark this moment in history with some art. And yeah, I'm really excited to share that with you guys today. On the lineup today, we have Chloe Summer, Kira Battersby, Alistair Coughlin, Seiji Akinrogunde, myself, William Gao, Eliz Avni, and Emike Akagbosu. It's an amazing lineup. They've all got some incredible pieces to share with you. We have some spoken word, we have some songwriting, there's rap. It's going to be great. Some piano, some original piano, but it's yeah. I'm gonna stop talking now. But please leave some comments. Let us know like how these things, the pieces we're sharing with you today, how you're responding to them, what you think. Please share your thoughts. Use the comments here as a place to continue the conversation. And also let us know where in the world you're listening to this from. I'm in Hoxton, in London, in my bedroom. So yeah, welcome to my bedroom. I'm gonna weird. Let's get on with the show. I'm not gonna start the show today. We're gonna start the show with a very, very special woman, Chloe Summer. If you are there,
I'm here.
hello. How's it
Hi.
going?
Not bad. I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. Yeah, it's been a warm one today, but yeah, let's not talk about the weather immediately. Tell me about the piece you've written today, or pieces. What are they called, and what inspired them?
So I'm going to be doing two original pieces, and the first one is a poem called Change the Game. And that one was like sparked to write it was when I took part in the Rush virtual showcase with the National Youth Theatre, which was showcasing Britain's young best Bain talent. And I wanted to talk about how there's such societal pressures of how we should be representing ourselves socially in the media, and especially with my mixed race heritage and also being a tall woman, the expectation of how I should be, like not being too loud, but embracing myself, but then having to hold back in certain places. And this poem is just about making sure that we need to be expressing ourselves, whatever we naturally want to express, and to own it. Insecurities, perfections, all of that stuff. Like, we are who we are, and we just need to embrace that however we want to.
Wonderful. That's a beautiful, beautiful message. And we've already got some love coming in from the chat. Noah, sending some love to you.
Love you, Noah.
Let's hear them. Yeah, let's hear your pieces. Over to you, Chloe.
Should I say the second piece that I'm doing now, or leave that until when I actually do it?
It's up to you. What is the second piece you're doing?
I'll say my second piece. The second piece that I'll be doing is a spoken word, and that is called I'm Fed Up. And that was sparked from seeing the social uproar and media uproar from George Floyd's murder and the Black Lives Matter protests. And this piece, that when I will be showing it, is about knowing that my voice is just as valid as anyone else's. And now that, I'm always trying to fight for the platform to speak. I've suffered discrimination my whole life, because on top of being a mixed race woman, I'm also have a Jewish heritage and a disability. So I just suffer discrimination and racism across the whole board.
Wow.
And that spoken word that I will be sharing is just to be telling people that if you're here fighting for your race, you also need to be fighting for everyone else's, because it's a fight for equality and for justice for all. So
yeah. That's very, very well said. That's such an important message. Let's do it. I'm really excited. Let's hear them. Over to you.
Thank you. So this is my original poem called Change the Game. Some days I want to take on the world and score, thrive, explore, show everyone what I've got to give and more. I want to feel free to express and not let my insecurities creep in, not to feel afraid of what others could think of me. But is that such a sin? I see people embracing their whole being, sharing their imperfections, perfections, claiming anything they think we're seeing. I wonder if this is an acknowledgement of someone accepting their true self, or rather their claim of weaknesses before we argue them ourselves. Some days I'll see myself as the beautiful mixed queen I am, luscious curls, thick-bodied, plenty of curves to go with that 6'1" height like damn. I'll claim with pride parts of my body which are judged as bad. Yes, I've got saggy skin, stretch marks, and my hair can be a bitch to handle. It's mad. Society fixes these standards upon us, physically, socially, got to be how they want us. Too many unnatural expectations to uphold, feeling I should apologise for body hair or for having a voice too bold. Some days I want to scream out to people, is it just me? Whatever you embrace, someone will always try to shut it down, is what I see. A tall person to own their space, but to shrink themselves as soon as they dominate. Race activists told to act more upon their culture representation, to then twist their words of passion for aggression. Too much exhilaration. I am adamant that violence is not the solution for positive change. It is not a fight against which body type, culture, or religion earns top praise. We are all a product of nature, whatever sexuality or race which comes with that. We should want to embrace every person's uniqueness. Let people be educated on personal facts. Some days I want to say every day that I should feel loved when giving the respect I have for others and myself. Every day to empower and be impacted by someone's kind mind, not their wealth. Every day to know I don't have to be afraid of not behaving in society's norm of being sane. Every day to keep my head held high and change the game. So that was my poem called Change the Game.
Thank you very much, Chloe.
That was
very, very wonderful, very powerful piece.
Thanks so much.
I'm interrupting you. Please go ahead with your next one. Just had to give you some applause.
Thanks so much. So to end with, for me, this is my original spoken word called I'm Fed Up. I'm fed up. I'm fed up of my words not being acted upon when heard. I speak my truth to then be put in a box because comforts have been disturbed. I'm fed up of being misread on the daily, contributing to a room passionately for that to be twisted as acting aggressively. I'm fed up of having to play the game. It's risky to show I have stronger attributes to my name. I'm fed up of being scared to show my true side. I get put into a corner where I have to blend in, be shy. I'm fed up of people stealing our culture, but we're the ones who are referred to as vultures. I'm fed up of being idolized for my thick figure and golden brown skin, but people not admiring the powerful soul living within. I'm fed up of people fighting for their community, but being silent for others. Is your race more worthy to fight for than an oppressed other? I'm fed up of Black kids watching the news to say they are hated by white people. A 10-year-old telling me they're scared to leave their home. You see how that's terrible? I'm fed up of seeing Black lives killed just to have a platform to speak. How many more of us will go before we gain unlimited time to educate and preach? I'm fed up, but I'm still here. I'm still here fighting for needed change. I'm still here fighting against our future children's unjust pain. I'm still here fighting the prejudice leaving me sore. I'm still here hoping I won't have to fight anymore. And that was my piece. I'm fed up.
Thank you so much, Chloe. Thank you so much for sharing those with us. Yeah, there's some really important messages in there for people right now to hear and to absorb and listen to. Yeah, and thank you for putting your energy into this and being here today with us. That was brilliant. What a great start to the show. Chloe Summer, everyone. If you're just joining Mixtape, this is Mixtape Solidarity. We've just heard from Chloe Summer with 2 of her spoken word pieces, and we are heading over now to Kira Battersby. Kira, there you are. Hello, how's it going?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
Wonderful.
That was just so powerful and so beautiful.
Yeah, we're losing you a little
Okay.
tiny bit at the moment, but
Oh no. Is that okay now?
yeah, it's okay. We're getting a little
Okay.
bit of a crackle, but I think it's manageable. But
Okay. Okay.
so what have you got to perform for us today? What?
Right. So when I was asked to do this, I had to really think about what I could add to the conversation as a white woman or a white presenting woman. That being said, tomorrow is the 72nd anniversary of the Empire Windrush, bringing over the first 400 plus immigrants from the West Indies. And my granddad, or our granddad, was on that ship. He came from Jamaica. So I've written this song to honour him, but also to honour the legacy of immigration into the UK.
Brilliant. That's wow. What an important time to be performing a piece like this the day before it landed. That's amazing. And sorry, I didn't we didn't get an introduction for your brother, so I just let everyone know this is Jason, and as you said, it was your grandfather, both of your grandfather who were on the Windrush. Wonderful. Well,
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear it. Let's
Perfect. So
over
this
to
is
you.
called Seabirds. Hands clinking rails of the white ship that sails on the sea, still and calm to the
Thank you so much, Kira. Yeah, and Jason, thank you. That was wonderful, and it's such a beautiful way to capture just that piece of history, piece of family history. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
you.
You're getting some love in the comments. We got Fenella saying she's very proud of you, sending some
Fenella.
love. Lots of people, yeah, lots of people say just how beautiful it was.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
Thank you. Yeah, we are heading over next to Alistair. Alistair Coughlin. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Not too shabby, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good. And you're coming to us from a rather far part of the world today.
Yes, I'm still very kindly been taken in by friends in Maine, in the north of the States, because I study in New York, so I'm over here.
Yeah. Have there been many protests near you at all, or have you experienced any of it?
Not necessarily in this area. Most of the stuff in this area has been like online and people talking about all the stuff that's happening, and but certainly, I mean, obviously, being in the States, it's certainly been the only real conversation, I guess, at the moment. I'm looking forward to getting back to New York towards the end of the month and hopefully joining protests there in person. But at the moment, from my place of obvious privilege, just to try and educate myself and learn and listen as much as I can at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm from.
The tell us a bit about the piece you have prepared today.
Yeah, sure. So today I'll be doing a new piano piece, and I kind of chose the title today because I forgot I had to choose a title. But it's called Our World. We'll see if it sticks with that title. I don't know. But and it's basically about all that's going on at the moment, and partly coming from a place of where having a slight awareness of what was happening throughout our lives, but being late to jump on and try and support. So that's kind of what this is about.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Over to you, Alistair.
Hope you enjoy.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Alistair. Everyone just captivated here on the Zoom call, guy. Everyone watching back home, I hope you also just were very captivated by that. I really felt the scope and the depth of the music. It was, yeah, a very beautiful piece. So thank you so much for sharing it with us, Alistair. We are going to head over to Seiji now. Seiji, are you there?
Yes,
And
I am.
hello, Seiji. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm always just amazed when I see how many books you have.
It's a lot.
It's crazy. Yeah, I wish I had that many books. I'm just getting jealous now. Where in the world are you coming to us from?
I am coming to you from Amsterdam.
Nice, very good. And how has the issue of racism been portrayed over there in the recent weeks?
It's been interesting, especially because I think that there's this notion of, oh, racism only exists in the US and it's like like an American thing. And so people don't really assume that there's racism in Europe when there's actually a lot. Even like in December, we have this holiday called Sinterklaas, where everyone basically goes off in blackface.
Wow.
So that's been a discussion for quite a long time.
Yeah, and I guess it's that's just such a prime example of those entrenched traditions that enter a culture and reinforce that kind of structural racism. That's wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
well,
it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here today, and thank you everyone who is watching. You have the wonderful Seiji on your screen right now, and this is Mixtape Solidarity. If you're just tuning in, yeah, just go back a bit, see all the people who've already performed, Chloe Summer and Kira Battersby and Alistair Coughlin and everyone. It's amazing pieces have been performed thus far, and there's so much more to come. Tell us a bit about your piece, Seiji.
Yeah, so now with all of the Black Lives Matter movement and everything going on, it's just been a lot to process because, like, in my daily life, I use my platform to, like, I discuss books online. I use it to talk about racism, and I try to educate people. And now, since this has come like into the forefront of the news, a lot more people have started to listen. But like the downside of that is that, like, for the past 2 weeks, I've just been receiving a lot of online abuse, which has been very like jarring and hard to, I guess, process. Also, my door got vandalized a couple of days ago as well.
Oh
So
gosh.
I was just really struggling with a lot of these things, and I just didn't really know how to respond to so much hate, basically. And then you came with like the idea to do this mixtape, and then I thought, okay, I think I can use all those comments to.
That's wonderful to hear. Yeah, art is action in itself, and I think that's why we're here, to take those actions with our art and stand against racism. So thank you so much for sharing your piece with us today. I'm going to hand it over to you. Off you go.
Thank you. So my piece is called Elementary. Black supremacist. Trying to think outside the box, aren't you? The slew of slurs you have sent my way the past few days have been pathetic. They reek of a small mind trying to seek some sort of aesthetic, even venturing off into the poetic. Begone, bearer of the mark of Cain, 'tis what you loudly exclaim. But are you that insane, you idiot sandwich? The bandwidth of your brain must not be that vast. It shows in so many ways in which you twist and turn, trying to merge actual reality with your prejudice and dismiss basic logic, you idiot sandwich. Call me a racist for speaking my truth. Remarkable how you never cease to amaze me with your mental gymnastics, but know that your antics only make you sound manic. The panic that you display, you idiot sandwich. Whenever a black person enters your space, you cry out loud, "Oh, I don't feel safe." What are you afraid of? What about equality scares you so much? You know, go ahead, discredit the complexity of my mind, blind yourself with ignorance, ignore how my tempest wreaks havoc on your futile quest to have me succumb at your behest. Yes, call me a sensitive snowflake. Be a racist, by all means, without break. It must be so exhausting living a life devoid of sense, shouting into the void, hoping that someone will listen to all the nonsense you dispense. So be my guest, scream, shout, and wail. But ask yourself this: will you hold fast against the gale? That's my piece.
Amazing. Yeah, what a powerful just stream of consciousness almost. It was yeah, brilliant, Seiji. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Like, I honestly, you were saying before the show that Idiot Sandwich is like an internet meme.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard Idiot Sandwich before, so it's staying with me forever. It's such a great insult. You're getting so much love from the chat here on the Zoom, and got so many comments coming in as well, just saying how much love and support there is for everyone. Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Please do keep commenting. Let us know what you're thinking and feeling about the pieces you're seeing, all this beautiful original artwork in action against racism. So thank you for being here and continue the conversation. And thank you, Seiji. Right, we're gonna head over to my screen again now, because I'm gonna do a song for you guys. Hello everyone. I'm not gonna interview myself, don't worry. My song is called Trafalgar Square, and then in brackets, "It's Not Over." It kind of came as a response to post-colonialism and ideas, especially in this country, I feel, in the UK, that racism is a thing of the past, that it happens in the US, and specifically about white privilege and what our relationship with the past is actually like, and how it's perpetuating structural racism. So with that said, a little bit of context as well. In like when they were building Trafalgar Square, they found when they unearthed all the moors that were there, they found the skeletons of rhinoceroses, hippopotamuses, and lions. And the people, the scientists and everyone at the time just didn't really understand fully how they had ended up there. And there was some science around it, but being an island, people were quite confused. So that was a sort of starting point for me. So this is Trafalgar Square, "It's Not Over." Deep beneath Trafalgar Square lay the bones of a lion who died without a care, and the roar he left behind him still battles with the air. Oh, silence is an island made on despair, 'cause the past feels like a foreign land, but the past knows you like the back of your hand. Did you ever stop to question the place you stand? 'Cause there may just be a lion buried in the sand. It's not over. It's not over. We're getting closer, but it's not over. High above Trafalgar Square, there's a woman in her office, drinking coffee in her chair. She knows that if she's honest, she doesn't care. Complacent if she profits from a system that's not fair. Are you scared to believe that the darkest path led to the life you lead? That of the many who fled, still so many grieve, that your absence of a stance is a chance you receive. 'Cause the past feels like foreign land, but the past knows you like the back of your hand. Did you ever stop to question the place you stand? 'Cause there may just be a lion buried in the sand. It's not over. It's not over. We're getting closer, but it's not over. Standing in Trafalgar Square, with a roar you raise your fist to the air, so time won't forget why you were there. So there's no more injustice for the skin that you bear. I can't be silent anymore, knowing all I have came from before. Well, this time is mine, will I ignore? Or will I fight until my bones are buried in the floor? 'Cause the past feels like a foreign land, but the past knows you like the back of your hand. Did you ever stop to question the place you stand? 'Cause there may just be a lion buried in the sand. It's not over. It's not over. We're getting closer, but it's not over. Deep beneath Trafalgar Square lay the bones of a lion who died without a care. And the roar he left behind him still battles with the air. Oh, silence is an island made on despair. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my song. Now, moving onwards, we have up next, William Gow. Will,
Hi.
are you there?
I am here, yeah. How you doing? That was
Not
really good,
bad.
by the way. I was going to comment, but I didn't have time. But that was really good.
That's all right. I'm glad. Yeah. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, and thank you for all the love in the comments and stuff as well. Brilliant. How are you, Will? How's it going?
I'm fine, thanks. I mean, I'm not too bad. It's
Yeah?
nice weather, nice vibe, Sunday vibes. I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah. It's a great vibe here today, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
such a good vibe. Where in the world are you?
I'm in South London, so not too far away from you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it has been nice weather here today.
On
Tell
the
us. Yeah, I know it's like shining through. Tell us a bit about the piece you're going to perform today.
So I've been working on this piece for about 2 weeks, and I've decided to call it "I Dreamed for That Day," with that being in inverted commas. And it's because I've been thinking about it more recently, especially with everything that's been going on. But I think ever since I was a child, I've always kind of wondered and questioned why racism is a thing and why it was a thing in the first place. And studying at school, studying history, we learned about the civil rights movement and the history of the slavery and everything, and I realized why and the history of it. But I still find myself like questioning why the notion of someone being lesser than another person due to the color of their skin. I just still really don't get it, and it's kind of this is basically reaching that place where racism isn't a problem any longer, and it might take years, it might take hundreds of years, but if we keep fighting, I'm sure it will come sooner. And this piece is just about that dream, really.
What a beautiful idea of hope. I love it. Let's have a listen.
Cool. I'm gonna quickly adjust
Cheers.
my...
Over to you, Will. It's like you for a second there, I think you became one with the piano. It was wonderful. Yeah, such a beautiful. There's just in the music, you just feel so much hope, and I just said it in the chat here on Zoom. Like, it just takes me to like a beautiful sunset at the end of a really long day. It's yeah, such a beautiful piece. Thank you so much, Will, for sharing it with us. Thank you so much for everyone who is watching. Stay here, stay with us. We've got some more people coming up. This is Mixtape Solidarity, if you are just joining us. We are taking a stand against racism with NYT members and original music, spoken word and rap. And we are now heading over to Eliz. Eliz, hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, thank you. Thank you. Such a wonderful event. I'm very happy to be a part of it.
Oh, thank you for being here. It's wonderful. Whereabouts in the world are you?
I am in Saffron Walden. which is
Oh yes,
kind of on
I
the border
remember
of
you.
Essex
I remember
and
now from the
Cambridge.
last time you were on
Yeah,
the show.
yeah,
Saffron
yeah,
Walden, yeah. We've
yeah.
got someone in the chat actually, who I know who is from Saffron Walden, so
Really?
I'm sure they're sending some love to you, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, lots and lots of love coming in on the chat. Thank you everyone. Tell me a bit about your piece.
The piece I wrote was called Overslept, and it was basically trying to work out, kind of, as Kira had put it, kind of what I can still contribute to the conversation without moving the narrative towards something else, and ensuring that it stays on Black Lives and Black Lives Matter and the protests which have been happening. And so I kind of like the idea of revolution, and I think that people are very scared to admit that they've done something wrong, and like that they feel this real uncomfortable feeling, but it is nothing compared to the feeling of racism. And as a person of color, but a non-Black person of color, I think I hold a privilege which I haven't been aware of, and I have to admit that I was wrong and uneducated, and I just have to learn. And I feel like I've given the whole plot of my poem now, but that's it basically.
No, it's wonderful, yeah, to get a little thesis going, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, it's true. It can, like, this topic makes and a lot of the conversation that's been happening over the last few weeks is about how uncomfortable it can make people to talk about this, and how leaning into that discomfort and really not being afraid of getting things wrong, it brings so much more humanity to the issue, and that is what it needs, you know. It needs people to be able to say, look, I was wrong. And
it's really the only way we'll be able to like progress forward is if we do that, in my opinion.
And I mean, we're all listening to each other, and now we're going to have a listen to you, Eliz.
Thank you.
So over to you.
Thank you. So this is called Overslept. As I sit in a sweaty, cramped lecture hall full of the pitter-patter of students eagerly tapping away at their keyboards, I learn about revolutions. A revolution is the entire upheaval of the current social system in place of a new set of ideals and practices. As I hear this definition, I close my laptop, pop up and pop off. I sit in a coffee shop and use my laptop to type up my notes on a class which my privilege has enabled me to be in, unaware and uneducated about how my society has benefited me. We have been unaware, uneducated, silent, and complicit. I study revolution, an entire upheaval of the current social system. The system which I must fight tooth and nail to break, to tear apart, to demolish. I must be better. On this day, as the ground shakes and our foundations crumble, we hear the cries of outrage, pain, and exasperation of those who have been systematically hurt, sidelined, persecuted, and shunned. To create a revolution, there must be an evolution in our thinking. There must be an admittance of our wrongdoing, an admission of our faults, but an unwavering commitment to be better, to learn. In a society which strives for perfection, we have held instant rejection to those who challenge our thoughts. Man has developed a toxic fear of being wrong, created a collective nightmare of admitting our ignorance. Make no mistake, each structure which has benefited you or I has caused the suffering and outraged cry of members of the Black community. In our call to action, complacency, silence, ignorance, these are abolished. They are broken with axe and hammer with each protest you attend and each text you read. The time is not now to take action. The time was hundreds of years ago, and we have overslept and hit snooze on our alarm far too many times. So throw on your clothes and rush out the door, because we're late. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eliz. Yeah. Weirdly, kind of took me back there to being in uni myself and waking up like half an hour late for a lecture. But what a great metaphor in that there is. Yeah, thank you so much. An amazing piece. And we got so much love coming in. We got comments from Bethany saying, wow. We got Mark Hardy saying, well done to Will. Jess Cambitsis, lots of love going out to you. Everyone, yeah, everyone's loving it. Cool. Well, on to the last in the lineup today. MEK, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Just want to say well done to everyone that's gone before me, because really incredible pieces. So lucky to be part of this.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful lineup. I mean, yeah, it's. I knew it's at the top of the show, you know, it was going to be a special one, but I really hope everyone out there watching has enjoyed immensely and has taken on everything that's been said and expressed here today. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you to all of the artists. Mike, I'm going to hand it over to you now to finish off the show. Over to you.
Okay, so I started writing this piece when a couple of weeks ago a friend reached out to me with some music that he'd written, asking me if I wanted to write a poem over it. And I'm really glad that you reached out to me asking if I wanted to perform today, because it really gave me a strong incentive to finish it sooner rather than later, so thank you. Yeah, so this piece covers a number of topics. To name a few, I talk about how at times I've been made to doubt certain microaggressions that I've experienced, how I've only been able to realize in hindsight that something I felt I had to ignore was actually something that should have been addressed and dealt with at the time. It touches on the protests that have been happening around the world. I talk about the response on social media in recent weeks as well. So the music that you'll hear wasn't written by me. The music was written by a very talented friend of mine called Tolu Aleshin. This piece is called Tapestry.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Very good. It's a great sound and a great cloud. One moment to find that by black people, black heart, black blood.
Sorry, Amika.
One little bit. Oh no. Hello, can you hear me? Sorry, Nathan.
Nathan, you're
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I was muted for that whole thing. Sorry, everyone watching. I just didn't want everyone to lose you, because the audio on your music was just a little bit too high. The computer volume. Yeah,
Right.
if you want to turn that down a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted everyone to hear your amazing piece that you've written.
Of course. Thanks. Feel free to interrupt me again if it's.
Yeah, we'll get along. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna start then.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
A strong song from birds that broke the night tongue on the neck is a very little. A great sound and a great cloud of people. One world that's divided up by a clenched fist. Black people with black hearts and black lives. One crystal bit in pod, a world of life. Inequality and democracy. All just a bare patriotic thing. People claiming white privilege doesn't exist. And the free. I was killed over a counterfeit.
Sorry, MBK. Hey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're stumbling through. I'm really sorry to interrupt you again. It's just everyone at home. We didn't test the computer audio properly when we did our sound check. So do you want to just give us a little bit of the top and just turn the volume down a fraction more, And maybe if your microphone sensitivity is down a bit, you could turn that up a little bit.
I mean, I've tried to lower the volume of the music itself because I haven't changed it. Okay, let me try and. Okay. Is that better?
That's a lot quieter, yeah. But I think your microphone volume as well is quite quiet.
Okay. I haven't touched anything since the sound.
That's fair enough. Should we try it with the lower volume on the music?
Okay, yeah, that should work.
Also, you've got everyone's support in the chat. Okay, everyone is saying go Mike. Yeah, we just want to make sure we hear this wonderful piece that you've written.
Okay, I'll just speak a bit louder and turn down the sound. Hopefully.
That sounds great. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mike. Yeah, we'll go for it this time, and maybe after the show we can get a recording done and we can send it out for people as well.
Okay.
All right. Over to you.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. Gods are gonna trouble the water.
A song sung some burnt lungs and broken ribs, signs hung around the neck to some very hopeful kids. A great sound in a grey cloud of painful mist. One world that's divided up by a clenched fist. Black people with black hearts and black lives. One system that imparts a world of lies full of inconsistency, inequality, no democracy. Forces us to bear a bane you can't begin to see. People claiming white privilege doesn't exist when in the land of the free. A man was killed over a counterfeit. It wasn't even a counterfeit. Just for the sake of it. A knee was on his neck. He couldn't breathe. You didn't quit. His chest was heavy. George Floyd said he couldn't breathe. If he was white, it would have been a medical emergency. His death, undeniably a fatal case of police brutality. But there are people trying to blame on his heart disease. The phrase ignorance is bliss outdated. Those who fail to grasp the meaning of this, ignorance fuels their hatred. By this, I mean the outcry, the outrage in their Twitter. Like millions of minds stuck on the second stage of grief, the articles in the press, the protest, anger in the streets, the countless arrests, the distrust of the police, they claim the deaths of black people, random isolated incidents, and why is the colour of our skin means same crime, different consequences. People sitting on the fence, some call themselves atheists, then yell racial slurs and then words of the sunflower, for allies to exist, there would still need to be enemies. So for white allies to exist, there would still need to be white supremacy. That's why hearing you tell stories of rejecting racist family members doesn't really comfort me. Don't blame me for not being filled with empathy when it comes to you accepting me. It's to you acceptance of the choice. Acceptance of the fact that I have a voice that matters. A life that's scattered with self-doubt. A result of being gaslit into not pointing out aggression. Pointing out oppression, convincing myself that the way I felt was unjustified, feeling patronised, paralysed, forcing myself to feel numb. Either that or constantly petrified. Black flags hashtag more than empty gestures. Trivialities that make us think we'll get our voices. A couple likes, a couple shares, 100 retweets, 100 people who've been handed different hymn sheets. Black in, black out with them black screens. Opt in, opt out, ditching instantly. In jail, no bail, is that progress? Grab a mask, pour some milk, join another protest. Even if I'm talking to a crowd of people who don't need convinced, your job is not to judge, it's to listen. You're tired of hearing the sound of black people so-called complaining. I'd urge you to think of it as maintaining momentum. As keeping the ball rolling, so keep reading the posts, making notes, patrolling the web. Use a shovel for the bias, taking root in your head. Rake out the rocks, put down some fresh soil instead. Take a second to think before you touch my head. Take a second to speak when something isn't fair. If you've got air to breathe, fill your lungs and know that you've got life in you. So use this time to grow, use this time to learn, use this time to share. Carry the conversation, let me know you care. I know you can't climb out and walk a mile in my skin, but you can lend your ears and let the words sink.
Amazing, Mike. Amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, honestly, yeah, just so many of the things that you wrote in that rap just stick in my mind. Yeah, it's brilliantly written. So thank you for sharing it with us. And we got through the little technical bumps.
Yeah,
You know, happens on these weird live stream Zoom things we're doing nowadays. Yeah, and there's so much love for you in the comments. It's wonderful. That is Mixtape Solidarity. Thank you to all of the artists today. Yeah, like I said, like I sent out an email a while back and said that, you know, that we should get together, make some art, stand up against racism, and I was just overwhelmed by the response of everyone who yeah, yeah, it's overwhelming. It really is. And thank you to all of the artists, and thank you to everyone who tuned in. This is a time I'm just going to do a little plug for the playlist. There is a mixtape playlist featuring some of the artists you've seen on here today. We're trying to populate it slowly with people who have performed on the show, with the pieces they've performed. There's a playlist over on Spotify. Just search NYT Mixtape, and there is a playlist over on SoundCloud as well if you search NYT Mixtape. Yeah, thank you to all the artists. I can't stop saying thank you. It's just yeah, it's been a privilege for me to do this, and to be able to speak on this platform and use whatever this is to speak out against racism, and get to hear all these amazing voices and words. So I hope you have all taken something on today and continue to educate yourselves, to listen, to talk, take the conversation further, take what actions you can against racism, and who knows, one day we will reach that day. Thank you to everyone. I don't know if you're all back on the screen yet, but let's give a little wave to everyone back home. Thanks, everyone. Bye.